The pyramids of Egypt stand as one of the most iconic symbols of human achievement, mesmerizing both scholars and visitors with their sheer scale, complexity, and enigmatic beauty. These monumental structures, built more than 4,000 years ago, continue to captivate the imagination, and their true purpose and construction methods have puzzled archaeologists, historians, and engineers for centuries. As gargantuan tombs constructed from millions of limestone blocks, the pyramids were designed to house the dead, guarding their secrets for eternity. Standing tall near the modern city of Cairo, the pyramids of Giza, especially the Great Pyramid, continue to be a source of wonder and speculation. Built during the 4th dynasty of Egypt's Old Kingdom, these structures are architectural marvels that have withstood the test of time. But the question remains, how were these immense tombs constructed, and why did the ancient Egyptians devote such effort and resources to building these enduring monuments? For thousands of years, the pyramids were the subjects of myth and legend. Ancient texts and modern interpretations have suggested a wide array of theories about their purpose and construction. Were the pyramids built by slaves, as often depicted in popular culture, or by skilled workers who had a deep understanding of mathematics, astronomy, and engineering? How did the Egyptians manage to lift and position massive stones weighing several tons without the aid of advanced machinery? These questions have driven intense research and exploration. The construction of the Great Pyramid. At the heart of the pyramid mystery is the Great Pyramid of Giza, which stands as the largest and most remarkable pyramid in Egypt. The pyramid, built for Pharaoh Khufu, also known as Cheops, originally rose to a height of 81 feet, 147 meters, although it has since lost about 30 feet, due to erosion and the removal of its outer casing stone. The Great Pyramid is composed of approximately 2.3 million stone blocks, with some weighing as much as 50 tons. The precision of the pyramid's construction is extraordinary. The sides of the pyramid are aligned with almost perfect accuracy to the cardinal directions: north, south, east, and west. The sides of the pyramid are within just 2 inches of each other in length, an astonishing feat of engineering that suggests the ancient Egyptians possessed advanced knowledge of geometry and astronomy. Inside the Great Pyramid is a complex network of passageways and chambers, including the King's Chamber, which is made from massive blocks of granite, a much harder stone than the limestone used for the majority of the pyramid's construction. The precision with which these chambers were crafted has baffled engineers. The stonework is so finely fitted that even a credit card cannot slide between the blocks, demonstrating an exceptional level of craftsmanship. Despite the high level of sophistication of the Great Pyramid, questions persist about how it was constructed. Without the advanced technology available today, how could the Egyptians have moved and placed such massive stones with such precision? Archaeologists continue to search for answers, employing cutting-edge technology to explore the interior of the pyramids and uncover the secrets hidden within. Early pyramid construction. From step to smooth sides, the construction of the Great Pyramid was not the result of a single leap in technological innovation. Rather, it was the culmination of a gradual evolution in pyramid building technique. The earliest pyramids, such as the Step Pyramid at Saqqara, were much simpler in design. The Step Pyramid, built for Pharaoh Djoser around 2670 BCE, is considered the first large stone structure in Egypt. It rose in a series of 6 stepped layers, creating a form that resembled a giant staircase leading to the heavens. This design marked a significant breakthrough in architecture and construction. The Step Pyramid was followed by the Bent Pyramid, built by Pharaoh Snefru. The Bent Pyramid represents a critical moment in pyramid construction, as it marked the transition from stepped pyramids to smooth-sided ones. The Bent Pyramid, however, has an unusual shape due to a construction flaw. Its angle of inclination was initially too steep, causing cracks to appear in the structure. The builders had to adjust the angle, making the Bent Pyramid a unique and important milestone in the evolution of pyramid building. Sneferu's next project, the Red Pyramid, was a success, with a smooth, even surface and a stable foundation. It is the first true smooth-sided pyramid in Egypt, and marks the shift toward the classic pyramid form seen in the Great Pyramid of Giza. The precise engineering of the Great Pyramid. The precision of the Great Pyramid's construction is nothing short of extraordinary. To build the pyramid, the ancient Egyptians first had to survey the site and mark out the pyramid's footprint. Modern technology, such as digital compasses and laser sighting equipment, would have made this task much easier today, but the Egyptians had to rely on more basic tools and methods. Some scholars believe the ancient Egyptians used astronomical alignments, observing the stars, particularly the polar stars, to determine the true north. By marking the points where certain stars rose and set, they were able to draw an alignment line to ensure the pyramid's perfect orientation. Once the site was marked, the builders had to ensure the foundation was level. Today, engineers would use laser leveling systems, but the ancient Egyptians likely employed a simple but effective method using water. They created a channel along the pyramid's edges and filled it with water, which naturally found its level. By using this method, they could ensure the base of the pyramid was perfectly horizontal and stable. The role of ramps in pyramid construction. Once the foundation was set, the task of raising the massive stones to the pyramid's heights began. The construction of the Great Pyramid required millions of blocks to be transported, cut, and placed. The stones used for the pyramid came from nearby quarries, with the limestone used for the bulk of the pyramid, and the granite for the internal chambers being transported from farther distances. To lift the stones, the Egyptians would have used a variety of ramps. The exact design of these ramps remains unclear, but archaeologists have proposed several theories. The most widely accepted idea is that a zigzagging ramp or spiral ramps may have been used to haul the stones up the sides of the pyramid as construction progressed. The workforce behind the pyramids. For centuries, it was believed that the pyramids were constructed by slaves, forced into labor by the pharaohs. However, recent archaeological evidence has provided a different story. Excavations of workers' tombs near the Giza pyramids have revealed that the workers were actually well-fed, skilled laborers, not slaves. These workers lived in large workers' villages near the pyramid construction sites, where they were provided with rations of meat, beer, and other necessities. The workforce that built the Great Pyramid was likely composed of 25,000 workers, including skilled craftsmen and unskilled laborers. The task of transporting and placing the massive stones was an immense logistical challenge, requiring careful planning and coordination. The workers would have been organized into crews, each responsible for specific tasks, such as quarrying, shaping, transporting, or assembling the stones. The purpose of the pyramids. More than just tombs. While the primary function of the pyramids was to serve as tombs for the pharaohs, they held additional spiritual significance. The ancient Egyptians believed that the pharaohs were divine beings, who would continue to protect the land after death. The pyramids, with their precise alignments and towering heights, were designed to help the pharaoh ascend to the heavens and join the gods. The pyramid shape itself is thought to have symbolic meaning, representing the rays of the sun and the Benben stone, a sacred object believed to have fallen from the heaven. The pyramids were not just tombs but also gateways to the afterlife, ensuring that the pharaohs would be reborn as eternal beings in the stars. The continuing mystery of the pyramids. Despite the vast knowledge accumulated over the years, many mysteries remain surrounding the pyramid. From the exact methods of construction to the significance of the star shafts within the Great Pyramid, there is still much to be discovered. The pyramids stand as a testament to the incredible skill, ingenuity, and spiritual beliefs of the ancient Egyptians. As modern technology advances, new discoveries continue to shed light on the methods and motivations behind these timeless wonders. The pyramids of Egypt continue to stand proudly on the Giza Plateau, watching over the sands of time. As we look toward the future, it is clear that the fascination with these monumental structures will endure, inspiring awe and curiosity for generations to come. The engineering marvel of the pyramids. The construction of the pyramids in ancient Egypt remains one of the most extraordinary feats of engineering and architecture in human history. For over 4,000 years, these colossal monuments have stood as symbols of Egypt's power, sophistication, and belief in the afterlife. While the exact methods used to construct these stone giants remain a mystery, new discoveries and advanced technologies are shedding light on the incredible ingenuity behind their creation. In this part, we will explore the intricate details of how the pyramids were built, focusing on the engineering methods, tools and labor force that made these grand structures a reality. The surveying and planning process. Before construction could even begin, the ancient Egyptians had to carefully plan and survey the site for each pyramid. Modern construction projects benefit from sophisticated surveying tools like GPS and laser equipment, but the Egyptians achieved remarkable precision with simple tools and keen observation of the natural world. To ensure that the pyramid was perfectly aligned with the cardinal points of the compass north, south, east and west, the Egyptians likely used the stars as their guide. Scholars believe they observed the movement of the polar stars, using their positions to calculate true north. This method, although rudimentary by today's standards, provided astonishing accuracy. The Great Pyramid at Giza, for example, is aligned with an accuracy of less than a 20th of a degree. Once the site was surveyed and the alignment confirmed, the construction team marked out the boundaries of the pyramid. They then cleared the site, ensuring that the bedrock was solid enough to support the immense weight of the pyramid. This careful planning was essential, as any errors in alignment or foundation could result in the collapse of the pyramid over time. Raising the stones. The use of ramps. One of the greatest challenges in building the pyramids was transporting and lifting the massive stones used in their construction. The Great Pyramid, for instance, contains around 2.3 million limestone blocks, with some weighing as much as 50. Modern cranes and machinery could lift such heavy stones with ease, but the ancient Egyptians had no such technology. Instead, they used a system of ramps to haul the stones into place. The exact design of these ramps remains a topic of debate among archaeologists, but several theories have emerged over the years. One popular theory suggests that a straight ramp was built directly in front of the pyramid, while others propose zigzag ramps or even spiral ramps that wrapped around the pyramid as it grew taller. Some experts believe the Egyptians used multiple types of ramps throughout the construction process, adjusting the design as the pyramid reached greater heights. The ramps themselves would have been massive structures, requiring significant resources to build. They would have been constructed using the same limestone blocks that made up the pyramid, and laborers would have worked tirelessly to haul each stone up the ramps using simple tools, sledges and rope. The workforce, skilled laborers and workers. The construction of the pyramids was a monumental task that required an immense workforce. For years it was believed that the pyramids were built by slaves, but modern archaeological evidence has disproven this theory. Instead, the pyramids were constructed by a combination of skilled craftsmen, laborers and temporary workers, who were mobilized from across Egypt. The workforce was likely made up of 25,000 workers, although some estimates suggest that this number could have been as high as 50. These workers would have been organized into teams, each responsible for specific tasks such as quarrying, transporting, shaping or assembling the stone. Skilled craftsmen, such as stone masons, carpenters and metal workers, would have played a crucial role in shaping the stones and ensuring that they fit together with extraordinary precision. Forensic evidence from workers' tombs has shown that these laborers were not slaves, but rather well-fed Egyptians who were treated with respect. The workers lived in temporary workers' villages near the pyramid construction sites, where they were provided with rations of meat, fish, beer and other necessities. The workers were also provided with medical care, as evidenced by the remains of several laborers who received treatment for broken bones and even brain surgery. Tools and techniques. The technology of ancient Egypt. The ancient Egyptians did not have access to modern tools like cranes, drills or saws, yet they managed to cut, shape and position the massive stones used in pyramid construction. How did they accomplish such a feat with only basic tools? The Egyptians used a variety of simple yet effective tools made from materials like copper, stone and wood. The most common tool used for shaping the limestone blocks was a copper chisel. Copper, while relatively soft compared to modern metals, was hardened by the presence of arsenic in the copper, making it more durable and capable of cutting through the limestone. In addition to chisels, the Egyptians used sand to cut through the harder granite stones used in the construction of the inner chambers. Copper saws, though toothless, were employed to slowly grind away at the granite, using the quartz crystals in the sand to gradually carve through the stone. It is believed that this method was extremely slow, with the workers cutting only 2 cubic inches of granite per hour. Despite the limitations of their tools, the Egyptians were able to achieve remarkable precision. The stones in the Great Pyramid are so finely cut that they fit together with minimal gaps between them. Even with rudimentary tools, the Egyptians were able to achieve incredible accuracy in their measurements and construction. The design and symbolism of the pyramids. The pyramids were not just architectural marvels. They were deeply embedded in the religious and cultural beliefs of the ancient Egyptians. The pyramid shape itself held profound symbolic meaning. The Egyptians believed that the pharaohs were divine beings, and that their journey to the afterlife was a sacred process. The pyramid, with its wide base and narrow, tapering peak, symbolized the rays of the sun, representing the pharaoh's ascent to the heaven. The construction of the pyramid was designed to ensure the pharaoh's soul would be protected and would be able to make the journey to the afterlife. The internal chambers of the pyramid were filled with treasures, food, and offerings for the pharaoh, ensuring that he would have everything needed in the afterlife. The pyramid also acted as a symbolic gateway to the stars, representing the pharaoh's rebirth as an eternal being. Another important aspect of pyramid design was the use of astronomy. The Egyptians aligned the pyramids with incredible precision to the cardinal points of the compass, and the shafts inside the pyramids were aligned with certain stars. Some scholars, including Robert Bauval, believe that the pyramids were intentionally designed to correspond with the stars in the Orion constellation, which were associated with Osiris, the god of the afterlife and resurrection. The pyramid texts. The afterlife and rebirth. One of the most significant discoveries in the study of the pyramids is the pyramid texts, ancient religious writings found inside the tombs of the pharaoh. These texts, dating back to the Old Kingdom, offer a unique insight into the beliefs and rituals surrounding the afterlife. The pyramid texts contain spells and incantations that were meant to guide the pharaoh's soul on its journey to the afterlife. These texts also include prayers and instructions to protect the pharaoh from the dangers of the underworld, ensuring that he would be reborn as an eternal spirit. The pyramid texts reveal that the pharaohs were not just buried in the pyramids, they were transformed into gods. The pyramids were not just tombs but also cosmic machines designed to facilitate the pharaoh's resurrection and to allow him to join the gods in the heaven. Why did they build the pyramid? The question of why the Egyptians dedicated so much time, energy, and resources to building the pyramids has long intrigued archaeologists and historians. While many assume that the pyramids were constructed purely as tombs for the pharaohs, recent discoveries have suggested that their purpose may have been much more symbolic. The pyramids were not simply tombs but also cosmic machines, designed to facilitate the pharaoh's transformation into an eternal being. The Egyptians believed that the pharaoh was a divine figure, and that his death was not the end, but the beginning of his journey to the afterlife. The pyramid, with its massive size and precise alignment, was meant to ensure the pharaoh's safe passage to the heavens, where he would be reborn as a star and continue to protect and guide Egypt. The pyramid's shape, with its broad base and pointed top, was seen as a symbol of the sun's rays, and it was believed that the pyramid acted as a conduit for the pharaoh's soul to reach the sun god. The sunbeam was central to the Egyptian understanding of the afterlife, and the pyramid was designed to mimic the shape of the sun's rays, ensuring that the pharaoh would ascend to the heaven. The pyramids of Egypt stand not only as architectural marvels, but also as symbols of the ancient Egyptians' profound understanding of religion, astronomy, and cosmology. These colossal structures were designed with meticulous precision, and their placement and alignment were far from arbitrary. The pyramids were intended to serve as much more than mere tombs for pharaohs. They were sacred gateways to the afterlife, aligning both with the religious beliefs and astronomical knowledge of the time. Pyramids as cosmic machines. The ancient Egyptians believed that the universe was a carefully ordered system, with the pharaoh at the center of it. For them, the king was not only a political leader, but also a divine being who mediated between the gods and humans. His death, therefore, was not seen as the end of his journey. Rather, it marked the beginning of his transition from a mortal to an immortal being. The pyramid, as the most prominent of royal tombs, was designed as a cosmic machine, a structure that would help the pharaoh ascend to the heavens, ensuring that his soul would continue to live on for eternity. The role of the pyramid texts. The pyramid texts are some of the oldest and most significant religious texts in the world. They were carved into the walls of the burial chambers of the pyramids, and offer insights into the Egyptians' beliefs about the afterlife and the divine nature of the pharaoh. These texts contain spells and rituals designed to ensure that the pharaoh's soul successfully made its journey to the afterlife and achieved immortality. The pyramid texts are filled with references to the pharaoh's transformation into a divine being. They describe how the pharaoh's body would be mummified and placed in the pyramid, and how the pyramid would function as a gateway to the gods. The texts emphasize the need for the pharaoh to join the stars, especially the star of Osiris in Orion's belt, and become one with the divine. The rituals described in the pyramid texts were intended to protect the pharaoh's body and soul from the dangers of the afterlife, and to guide him on his journey. The star shafts of the Great Pyramid may have been seen as part of this process, allowing the pharaoh's soul to pass through the pyramid and ascend to the heavens to be reborn as a star. The continuing mystery of the pyramids. As we continue to explore the pyramids and their connection to Egyptian religion and astronomy, we find that these ancient structures hold more than just historical or architectural significance. They are symbols of an intricate system of beliefs that sought to connect the earthly and celestial realms. The pharaohs were not simply buried in tombs, they were transformed into divine beings, destined to live on in the stars. The more we learn about the pyramids, the more we uncover about the ancient Egyptians' sophisticated understanding of the universe. Their ability to align the pyramids with such precision, to use the stars as markers for the afterlife, and to create structures that would endure for millennia speaks to their extraordinary knowledge of both the physical world and the divine. As technology advances, archaeologists continue to probe the secrets of the pyramids, searching for hidden chambers, unearthly alignments, and further evidence of the ancient Egyptians' spiritual and astronomical understanding. Each new discovery brings us closer to unraveling the mysteries of these monumental structures, shedding light on the beliefs, lives, and achievements of one of the most fascinating civilizations in history. The engineering and construction of the pyramids. The construction of the pyramids of Egypt remains one of the most significant feats of ancient engineering, drawing fascination and awe from scholars, archaeologists, and architects alike. For centuries, the methods by which the ancient Egyptians built these colossal structures were shrouded in mystery. Today, with advancements in technology and archaeology, we are beginning to piece together the puzzle of how the pyramids were constructed, shedding light on the ingenuity and resourcefulness of the builders who, using rudimentary tools and techniques, managed to create one of the most enduring monuments in human history. Surveying the land, the first step in construction. Before construction could begin, the ancient Egyptians needed to carefully survey the land on which the pyramid would stand. This process required precision and an understanding of the natural environment, as the pyramid needed a solid, stable foundation to support its immense weight. Archaeologists believe that the Egyptians used simple tools, such as measuring ropes and plumb lines, to measure the site and ensure the pyramid's alignment. The foundation had to be level and perfectly square to prevent the pyramid from tilting or collapsing as it rose. The accuracy required in this early stage of the construction is astonishing, and it is believed that the Egyptians may have used the stars, particularly the circumpolar stars, to help align the site with true north. Once the area was surveyed, workers dug into the bedrock, ensuring that the base of the pyramid was perfectly level. This was no simple task, as the Great Pyramid would rise to a height of 480 feet, and any mistake at the base would be magnified as construction progressed. The quarrying and transport of stone. One of the most impressive aspects of pyramid construction is the sheer volume of stone required to build these structures. The Great Pyramid is estimated to have been constructed using 2.3 million limestone blocks, each weighing between 2. Some of the most important chambers, such as the King's Chamber, were constructed using granite, a much harder stone that was quarried 600 miles to the south in Aswan. The quarrying process itself is still a subject of debate. Early theories suggested that the Egyptians may have used primitive tools, such as copper chisels and stone hammers, to cut the limestone block. More recent research has suggested that the Egyptians may have used copper tools in combination with abrasive materials, such as sand and water, to carve through the stone. Granite, being much harder than limestone, required a more sophisticated approach. Copper saws and abrasive sands were likely used to cut through the dense material. Once the stones were quarried, they needed to be transported to the construction site. The Egyptians faced the immense challenge of moving massive stone blocks from the quarry to the pyramid, a task that would have required a highly organized labor force and effective logistics. It is believed that the Egyptians transported the stones using wooden sledges, which were dragged over the ground or in some cases floated on Nile River barges. This was no small feat, as the stones were incredibly heavy, and the transportation process could take days or even weeks, depending on the distance. The assembly process, raising the stones. Once the stones arrived at the construction site, the next challenge was to raise them to the desired height. The most commonly accepted theory is that the Egyptians used some form of ramp system to lift the blocks into place. Several theories have been proposed regarding the type of ramp used. One theory suggests the use of a straight-on ramp, where the stones were hauled directly up the side of the pyramid. Another theory posits that a zigzagging ramp was used, where the stones were hauled up in a series of switchbacks. A third theory suggests that the Egyptians built a spiral ramp around the pyramid's exterior, gradually spiraling upward as the pyramid rose. Although no ramps have survived to provide definitive evidence, there are fragments of ramps that have been uncovered at various pyramid sites. Some Egyptologists also believe that the ramps may have been dismantled after the pyramid's completion, leaving little trace of their existence. The process of lifting these massive stones would have required an enormous workforce. Laborers, likely organized into crews, would have worked in shifts, hauling the stones up the ramps using ropes and pulleys. The construction of the Great Pyramid is thought to have required a workforce of around 20. Precision engineering and fitting the stones. As the pyramid began to take shape, the next challenge was ensuring that the stones fit together with precise accuracy. Each stone had to be placed with incredible precision to maintain the pyramid's stability and structure. The ancient Egyptians used rudimentary tools, such as plumb lines, measuring rods and strings, to ensure that each stone was level and aligned correctly. While much of the interior of the pyramid was filled with rough stones and rubble, the outer stones that would be visible were carefully shaped and placed with unbelievable precision. It is said that even the smallest gap between the stones could not fit a credit card. This level of craftsmanship, achieved without the use of advanced tools, speaks to the ingenuity and skill of the ancient Egyptian builder. The role of laborers and workforce organization. The construction of the pyramids required a vast workforce, and the organization of labor was crucial to their success. While the popular image of slaves laboring under the sun has long been a myth, recent archaeological discoveries have shown that the labor force consisted of skilled workers, craftsmen, and seasonal laborers. It is now believed that the workers who built the pyramids were not slaves, but rather paid laborers who were part of an organized workforce. These workers would have been housed in nearby workers' villages, where they received food, shelter, and medical care. Forensic evidence has shown that the workers were well fed, receiving generous rations of meat, fish, and beer. Their work was likely a form of military service, with laborers being mobilized from different regions of Egypt to work on the pyramids for a set period of time. Recent excavations have uncovered the workers' town near Giza, where evidence of the laborers' living conditions has been found. These workers were organized into teams, with some specializing in cutting stone, while others focused on transportation or the actual construction of the pyramid. The coordination required to manage such a large workforce would have been a logistical challenge, and the fact that the pyramids were completed on schedule speaks to the Egyptians' mastery of organization and labor management. The casing and completion of the pyramid. As the pyramid neared completion, the final task was to cover the structure with a smooth outer casing made from fine, high-quality limestone. The casing stones were carefully cut and polished to create a smooth, reflective surface that would shine brilliantly in the sun. This outer casing was so finely made that when the pyramid was first completed, it would have been blinding under the Egyptian sun. Sadly, over the centuries, most of the casing stones were removed and repurposed for other building projects, leaving the rough core of the pyramid exposed. Today, only the top of the Great Pyramid retains its original casing stone. Despite the loss of the outer casing, the Great Pyramid of Giza remains an awe-inspiring monument to human ingenuity and determination. Its construction was a monumental achievement that required not only immense labor but also advanced knowledge of engineering, astronomy, and religious belief. The construction of the pyramids represents the pinnacle of ancient Egyptian civilization and stands as a testament to the extraordinary accomplishments of the people who built them. The final mysteries and enduring legacy of the pyramids, the hidden chambers, secrets yet to be uncovered. For centuries, the pyramids have held their secrets tightly, and though much has been uncovered, there are still vast unknowns hidden within the massive structure. The Great Pyramid of Giza remains one of the most studied monuments in the world, yet many archaeologists believe that there are still undiscovered chambers within it. The discovery of shaft-like passages within the Great Pyramid has only added to the intrigue. These shafts, which were originally thought to be simple air vents or passageways for workers, have sparked theories about hidden chambers and secret rooms.